Now you have all of your outlines. The next step is for us to add in the highlights. For us to do this, you will have little scraps of colored paper at your table, and you will get a white charcoal pencil. This is different than the colored pencil, so make sure that you find the one that has the red tip, and the sub will pass those out for you, or I will pass them out. You will test out on your colored piece of paper what it looks like to have bold to going lighter and lighter with pressure. So graduated value, not smudging it with our fingers, but what does it look like to have a lot of white that fades out until there's nothing there. So similar to what we did with the colored pencil and what we did with the graphite pencil, but now it's charcoal and it's the reverse. So we're adding in highlights. What you have to do is decide which direction you want your highlight and your light source to be coming from. So on my example that I have hanging up in the class, I had my light source coming from the right side. So you can see that all of the top right corners of my main shapes are highlighted white. So the first step that we'll do, if you want to just make yours go to the right, it might be the easiest, but I am making it really bold by pressing hard with my charcoal pencil and then fading it out to where there's nothing. Don't worry about smudging this. We'll clean things up with a Q-tip when we're done with this, but it goes bold and then it fades. And you're doing this on every corner, whether your shape is open or closed, you're adding these highlights in. So you can continue doing this, and then I'll make the next video. Next, we are adding the highlights on the floors. So if you have any open shapes and you have orthogonal converging lines that go from the corners to where your vanishing point was, the floors or the bottom, this highlight will be the lightest where it's closest to you as the viewer. So you're pressing harder and then you are going lighter and lighter as it goes back. And the charcoal's kind of messy. Resist the urge to smudge. Just blow it away with your breath. And you are making those highlights bold by pressing harder, staying inside of your lines, and then fading it out lighter to where it shows orange toward the back, or whatever your color is. Then we are also doing the tops of the shapes. So you will see a top of a shape if it is below where the horizon line or your vanishing point is. So my vanishing point was here. Anything that is lower than that shows the top of the shape. So my highlight is brightest, closest to me. Here's my highlight. And then I will make my pressure go a little bit lighter as I go toward the back of my shape. Trying to stay inside my lines. If you go outside of your lines, it's okay, because at the end, like I said, we'll clean this up with a Q-tip. Just blow away the excess dust. Highlight here, making it bold. This is the top of the shape. Fade it out as it goes back. Remember that if you feel like your hand is smudging and making a mess, we also have the little manila papers that you can put directly under your hand so that you're not collecting whatever is underneath and smearing it around, which in this case would be the charcoal. So fading that out toward the back. Fade, fade, fade. Brighter highlight here. And fade toward the back. So floors and tops are white. Check yours under the vanishing point. You will see your floors and your tops. Then your corners already have the highlights.